Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Do you have any old laptop or computer just lying around and you wish that it was put to better use? Well, then you are at the right place because in this video I am going to go over all the steps to create a bootable drive, and I will tell you what performance you can expect out of an old laptop. So I have this old Samsung laptop and let's recap its life story. This is a Samsung N150 and it came in with 1 GB of DDR2 memory. This thing was purchased in 2010. So it has been over 12 years now. Let's talk about the build quality and the external I/O on this laptop. It had a VGA port as well as two USB 1.0. It had one USB 2 and two separate audio jacks. A wired Ethernet connection is of course necessary, but it is not the gigabit Ethernet that you are expecting. Other than that, it has a charging port and a Kensington lock. One thing I absolutely love about it is that it has a removable battery. It comes off just like that. Plus, there is a direct access to the RAM. There is also an SD card slot. The keyboard on this thing feels really nice. Although the same cannot be said about the screen. The screen is a 1024 by 660 Hz TFT panel. Nothing fancy about it. Although the trackpad is quite small, it gets the job done. When this laptop was originally purchased, this was used for taking notes, opening PDFs as well as some light web browsing. It came in with pre-installed Windows XP. It was used for a few years and after that it was never used again until I installed Windows 7 on it and upgraded the 1 GB RAM to 2 GB. It ran very well, although it had some problems. I used it for 6 or 7 months and left it alone. Then a year later, I remembered that I had this laptop and I tried to restart it. It first boot up in Windows 7 and then it crashed and took me straight to the BIOS. And to be honest, I did not even know why that happened or how to fix it. But now that I do know, I want to share it with you guys. So just to recap, this will be the third operating system that this laptop is going to see. So without any further ado, let's get this laptop a new glam. So first things first, you need to make a bootable pen drive. For that, first go to Google and search for Rufus. Then download Rufus and execute it. Also, you need to download the Ubuntu image. Make sure that it works on your system because there are two configurations. I will leave the link of a 32-bit image in the description below. Now if your pen drive is already plugged into your computer, Rufus should automatically detect it for the bootable pen drive. Click on the select button and select your ISO image. Click on start and you should be done. Although you should remember that the pen drive should have at least 8 GB of memory and all of your data will be wiped. Now that we have done that, all that is left is to access the BIOS and tweak a little settings. For that, I pressed the F2 button while my computer was starting up, although you should check your computer's manual before doing that. I'm so sorry for the screen angles, but it was completely impractical to record my screen. Once you have entered the BIOS, go to the boot option and change the boot device priority. Instead of the hard disk drive, the USB should have the first priority. Save the changes and exit. Now your computer should boot up directly on Ubuntu setup. Give it a little time because these old machines really need their time to boot up. Do not worry about any initial errors. Oh, and this device does have Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, although they are third generation. Now click on install Ubuntu, then select your Wi-Fi network if you want to, and select your time zone. After that, the installation is pretty straightforward and you just need to click next. It is going to take some time, almost 10 to 20 minutes depending on your hardware. But once you are done, you will be greeted into Ubuntu. First things first, I wish the screen tilted just a little bit more so that I could get the whole laptop in one frame. But it is surely not a deal breaker. The laptop is itself very small. And I must say, the keyboard on this device feels extremely good. Although it does not work without a charger, it does not have to. And I advise all of the people who are going to do this to not use this computer as your daily driver because of the performance issues. For checking the specs, I installed CPU-G, which is an alternative of CPU-Z for Ubuntu. And as you can see, the CPU is N150. It is an Intel Atom series processor. Also, it has 2 GB of RAM. And as I told before, the SSD is 150 GB. I did not replace it because I did not want to, and there is no need to do it. Had I installed Windows on this laptop, it would have consumed over 90% of the RAM. Now let's go ahead and look at some real life performance. I would be using this laptop for some basic web browsing, opening PDFs and coding. So let's open a PDF, and this is a huge PDF with over 500 pages, and each page has some pictures on them, and it can load up that document with no hassle. Now let's open up Firefox. This took a lot of my time, but still it opened up. And although I won't watch any YouTube on this because I have a different laptop for that, still let's open it for fun. And it works just fine. And so does any other site like GitHub. The last task is where Ubuntu really shines, which is coding. It supports any language you can think of. That is not a big problem. The problem is installing text editors. I do not think that there is a VS Code for 32-bit Ubuntu computers. Although if there is, please do let me know. However, you can always code in gedit. Auto-completion is a great thing, but this laptop does not have it, and there's that. Now most of you would be thinking, can you play games on it? No, of course not. I won't be doing that because just booting up this device and using it took a lot of my time. It is because the laptop was not meant to do these graphically intensive things. It was seriously just meant for some light use. Now we have made the laptop fully functional. There are only two questions that remain. Who is this laptop for and why would you do that? The answer to the first question is for someone like me who just wants to read some PDFs and carry their laptop around. My main driver is almost 4 kgs and I would not love to carry that. and this laptop is built like a brick. The second question is even more important than the first. Why would you do something like this? The simple answer is you saved some e-waste from ending in the dumping yard and prolonged its life by 2 or 3 years. See, if you can make a change, you should. So this is how you can repurpose your old laptop. If you liked the video, please drop a like and also subscribe to my channel for more tech videos like this one. I will catch you guys in the next one.